It's not a question of race. It's not a question of gender. It's a question of life. Water is life. Let's talk about this for a second. What do we share?
Life.
What do we share? We all breathe.
Air.
Air. We all drink.
Water.
Water. We all have a beating heart. Every single one of us.
The river's gonna rise like the water. We gonna face this crisis, to my great granddaughter. Gonna shut this pipeline, yeah. The river's gonna rise like the water. We're gonna face this crisis now. Hear the voice of my great granddaughter. Gonna shut this pipeline, yeah. The river's gonna rise like the water. Standing Rock isn't in North Dakota. Standing Rock is in your backyard. Standing Rock is the pipeline going through your community. It is Spectra Pipeline drilling under the Hudson River. It is the pipeline slated to go through Florida right now. It is the pipeline. It is our national forest being sold off. And Standing Rock is that prayer that unites us. So today, we come together as a people from all nations to bring Standing Rock home. To say Standing Rock will not die, because when we all stand together, we are Standing Rock.
I'm standing here with my daughter Bethany. My name is Peter. We were in Standing Rock in September. And then Bethany, Yara went back, and Josh Fox is here. And I must tell you that the spirit there reminded me of the civil rights movement at its inception. When we were singing in the March on Washington, the heart and the spirit of it is extraordinary. While everybody else has been bewitched and fascinated with the idiocies and the menacing realities of Donald Trump, something more important has been going on, which is the unification of a certain kind of spirit in our country that relates to coalescence around justice once more. We must focus on what we are, what we believe in, and we must not be taken away from that focus by efforts that would make us hate each other. If we bring each other together in all the ways that we can, we will do what the civil rights movement could do. We will do what the anti-war movement could do. It was not the government that ended it. It was the people standing together. If we can end a war, we can also stop a pipeline. And we can do more pipelines and understand that the Native Americans, who are the most oppressed and genocidally afflicted population ever in history, are leading us to save the world, not to save themselves, to save everyone. How ironic, how extraordinary, how beautiful. Let's say we will not be moved. We shall not be moved.
We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
We're marching for our children.
We shall not be moved. We're marching for our children. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
We shall not. We're standing here for water.
And we shall not be moved. We're standing here for water. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be
shall not be moved. Many will surely, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved.
Water is life. 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 Water is life.
We've come full circle. And why I say that is because, if you think about it, over 500 to 1,000 years ago, the European settlers came onto our land. And we were open and willing to teach them how to live on this land. Taught them how to grow food, taught them how to build homes, so they can sustain their life and where we live today, where we're standing. And once again, we've come to a point in time where, I've never thought I'd see the day that we'd have to pay for a bottle of water, where we'd have to have battles and wars over water. It's coming to that point, my relatives. And when I say it's full circle now, it's true, because now our native peoples, again, like 500 to 1,000 years ago, is going to have to teach this country how to live again by going in a new direction of going green, renewable energies. Well, we're going to do it in native country again. We're going to teach this country again how to live. And that's what this whole movement is based on. It's based on our way of life. We teach this to our children. And all it is about education, people. That's all it is. And I don't blame anybody for being disconnected. I don't blame for people here that are just walking by their day-to-day lives. But what they don't understand is there's going to be a time in their life where they're going to understand and how important water is going to be to them. They're going to understand that at some point, because it's a reality today. It's a reality that we have to face. And we have to understand what is important and what we need to preserve and what we have left. And that's something that our people back home, the Ochete Shikoya Severn Council of Fires, has always been about, is preserving our original treaty territory lands that was given to our people by this federal government. It was given to our people through a peace treaty, which is today not just our tribe, but other tribes across this country. The government decides to break anytime they want. This battle today, yes, it is about fossil fuels and moving in a new direction, but today it's about our water, and we have to understand that. And anywhere we go, anywhere a message that we go out today and we talk about, the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, which I'm an elected official for from the Cannonball community, there is protocols. I just want to share with you what we mean by protocols. 130 years ago, in the late 1800s, if you look this up, the Battle of the Little Bighorn, we were the only nation to ever defeat the U.S. government in battle over 130 years ago. We used protocols in our ways of life, which we still carry forward today, guided by the Creator to tell us how to defeat such overwhelmingly odds against our people. And today, once again, 130 years later, we bring those same protocols to this project, the Black Snake, which is trying to go a half-mile north of my community in Cannonball, which I represent. And those protocols, we had ceremony. And our ceremony told us that if we move forward with peace in prayer, that we'll win. So moving forward, any which way you go, whether if you're not in Standing Rock or if you're doing things here in New York City, move forward in that manner. Move forward with peace and prayer, because that was told to us by the Creator if we want to win this battle. The community I come from, and the county is the 6th poorest county in the country. But I guarantee you those are some of the most happiest people in the world. Because it's not about money to us. It's about our land. It's about our water. It's about our resources. That's what's important to our people, and that's the message we pass down to our young ones. It's not about how much money you have. It's about preserving what we have left and what we have for the future. Our great chief Sitting Bull always used this quote. He said, let's put our minds together to see what life we can make for our children. And if you think about that today, what type of life are we leaving for our children today? Truly, truly think about that. What are we leaving for them? That's why it's so important that we need to stand together now. All races, because this is an all-race humanity issue around the world. We're seeing forests being demolished daily by the 1% corporations of this world. And now the 99% needs to stand up and fight for what's right and preserve what we have left in this country, because there's going to be a time, if we don't, moving forward in the next 10 years, we're going to have to pay $10 to $15 for a bottle of water, whether we know that or not. So that's the message that I come to you to tell you today is thank you coming from the Cannibal community. Thank you coming from the water protectors back home that are definitely facing blizzard conditions, 0 below conditions out there to try to protect and preserve what's right. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's not about money, it's about what's right.
I want to talk about finance for a minute. How many people here have a bank account? You're walking down the street, you have a bank account, right? Every one of us has a bank account. And most of these people walking down the street have a bank account with one of the major banks. Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, TD. Who else? What's that? Bank of America, right. Bank of America, give us our houses back, please. We're still waiting 8 years later for our bailout. What do you have in your bank account? Money! Money! Your answer is money. Well, I'm here to tell you something different. You don't have money in your bank account. When you visit Standing Rock and you stand on the shore with the water protectors side by side, facing down tear gas canisters and rubber bullets and concussion grenades and live rounds inside of M4s and zip ties to arrest people, that's what you have in your bank account. You have bullets in your bank account. You have grenades in your bank account. You have blood in your bank account. You have police brutality in your bank account. Wait a minute, I just wanted to make a deposit. I just wanted to write a check. I just wanted to withdraw 20 bucks at the ATM. What was on the 20 bucks? Andrew Jackson. That's appropriate. You know, the native tribes used to call him Sharp Knife. You've got sharp knives in your bank account. Do you want that?
No.
Do you want to withdraw bullets? Do you want to be depositing the blood that is protecting the water for all of us to drink? Do you want to be contributing to a militarized police force in North Dakota? Do you want to be contributing to a militarized police force in New York State? No. You just want a bank account, that's all you want? You don't want to keep your money in the mattress? No. You don't want to keep your money in a safety deposit box in your closet somewhere? You want a bank account. Yes. You don't want bombs. You don't want police brutality. You don't want blood. You don't want those things. That's right, isn't that right? Yeah. So don't put your money in those banks. Take your money out of those banks. That's what we're doing here today. We don't want to ride shotgun on a stagecoach, Wells Fargo. Hell no. That's not why we're here. We are here to have a planet to live on, not to finance your destruction. Because every single person walking down this street has to live, has to have money, has to have a job. But when you realize that all of those major banks are invested in the fossil fuel projects that are destroying our future, that are destroying our ability to live on this planet, you realize that whole system is corrupt. And when capitalism and racism come together,
There you go.
like my friends from Ferguson who are at Standing Rock said, when capitalism and racism come together, they will try to defeat justice. They will try to defeat us. They will try to defeat the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that we stand for. This country was founded on two very, very different principles. George Washington went to the Iroquois Nation and learned about democracy. That's who taught George Washington about democracy, the indigenous people of this nation. That's right. So equal rights, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, that's what we are founded on. But this country was also founded on genocide, because George Washington would go to other tribes and destroy them and kill them and brutalize them. We have that conflict happening here today, right in front of us, right in front of this bank. That's the Constitution. You guys are not just protecting the water, you are protecting the Bill of Rights. What happens to that water happens to our bodies. What happens at Standing Rock happens to our Constitution. That is the truth. And inside that bank right there, Wells Fargo, those are the descendants, ideologically and genealogically, of General Custer, of Manifest Destiny, of the genocide. We are here to stop that today. So don't make any mistake. If you have money in those banks, you don't have money. If you have a deposit account, a savings account, a CD, a money market, you don't have money in there. You have war. You have militarization. You have the destruction of the climate and the water and the planet. Take it out. That's why we're here. Take your money out. Defund the Dakota Access Pipeline. Defund the monsters who would destroy our communities, our brotherhood, our democracy, our environment, and our planet. So I want to introduce to you a man who I know for a bit. We are faced with our Darth Vaders. We are faced with an incredibly powerful theater here. They will poison our reservoir water. They will put a pipeline right past the nuke plant. And they will kick everybody of color, all the immigrants, all the working artists, all the people who can't afford to fight the real estate people. They will be evicted. Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!
Razor.
Hallelujah! Amen, everyone.
We wrote a little song for Wells Fargo. You know, the CEO, Tim Sloan, we got a message for you. Hey, Tim, if you're listening, this is your good friend Adam. And here's our message, that Standing Rock is not for sale. And, you know, the Hudson River is not for sale. And whatever you're trying to buy right now to make a new pipeline or anything that funds unsustainable energy on Earth is not for sale. So we wrote a little song for you that I think you might like. And it goes, hey, Tim Sloan, CEO, yeah. We don't want you alone, take your broke bank home. Hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. We don't want you alone, take your broke bank. Everybody, here we go. Hey, Tim Sloan, sing it to him. CEO, he's listening. We don't want you alone, take your broke bank home. A Wells Fargo embargo. Yeah, hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. We don't want you alone, take your broke bank home. Hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. We don't want you alone, take your broke bank home. Hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. We don't want you alone, take your broke bank home. Hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. We don't want you alone, take your broke bank home. Wells Fargo, embargo.
Well, I think this whole divestment movement is a really important part of our advocacy to combat fossil fuels, the corporation that continuously push fossil fuels on the people here in the United States and elsewhere. I mean, the only way to really effectively make them listen is to hit them where it hurts, right? And the money, the investments, talking to the people who own stocks in these corporations, shareholder advocacy, in other words. All of these strategies are important to join with frontline movements, to join with people going to see congressmen. All of these things have to come together because we're in a time where things are going to get worse as we have an administration coming in that's pro fossil fuels. So we need to take every effort and not leave one stone unturned in this movement to fight this fossil fuels and to usher in a new era of renewables.